So welcome to my YouTube channel, and please consider subscribing to help this channel grow. Now here is a small amplifier. A friend of mine brought it here, said it is not working, and asked me if I can fix it and make it work. Yeah, so this is the amplifier. Here it is. It is a Yatao. It's a very small amplifier. You can see there is no speaker connector. It is just wires. It's very small, simple. There is no transformer. It uses a 12 volts DC input. You can see it there. So let me test with this power supply. Yeah, because I don't have a battery, I use this power supply. It is turning on, but the numbers cannot be seen clearly. So let's measure the voltage to see. It is about 1.2, 1.4, 0. So that means there's no signal coming out of the amplifier. So of course it is off. You can see the fan is turning off. So let's open this thing, and I'll have to speed up the camera to save time. Some screws are quite big, so let me use a bigger screw also. So this is the board. You can see somebody was trying to fix some wires manually. There's also a small black mark there. I'll zoom the camera to show. So somebody tried to connect these wires, and this is the IC that is being used, the chipset. So this is the heatsink. So the IC used here is a TDA7057. Let me zoom the camera to see. Yeah, it's a 7057. Let me zoom. There it is, 7057AQ. So this is the black mark I was talking about. When you see that black mark, just know that something happened and something got burnt. No wonder the display, the USB reader is showing half numbers. Yeah, this screen. Remember when I was testing, you have seen half numbers, not full. So what I'll do, I'll have to change this is the IC, the display and the speaker connector to avoid this kind of wires hanging. And here they are. There is the display board module, Bluetooth module is there, FM, Bluetooth, USB, memory card. This is the speaker connector, and just the module has a remote. And this is the new IC, the TDA 7057AQ. You can see it is new. So without wasting time, let's begin the work. And first of all, we remove this speaker connector. So you apply some solder, make sure you melt the one that was on the board. Then using a screw or something to hold for you, you can burn on top, solder on top as you pull on the bottom. And there it is. So next we remove the IC. It is just the same process, only that this one has so many are they called legs or connectors? I think they are 13, 14 somewhere there. So use a desoldering gun or sucker, solder sucker. You make sure you have pulled most of the solder so that they can be free and they can be able to get out of the board. So the same way we have done to the speaker connector, we find something to hold, then burn on top, and make sure your gun is very hot. There it is out. So next we put in our new IC. So you have to know which direction it was facing, otherwise you may put it the wrong way. But it is always written, and it is the legs are always folded. So you just put it there, give it some room. Don't make it sit on the board. Just leave some room there so that they do not protrude down there. Just use your eyes and line up everything. So there they are. Let's start by soldering. So you solder the first one and then check if it is lined up. Then the rest you can now solder all of them. Yeah, it is lined up. So because this board had been interfered with, some points are not close to the pins of the IC, so we fold them using a tweezer. You can see that one. Fold them so that they can extend to where the points are, or the pins. And there they are. We have finished soldering. Remember, I'm forwarding the camera to save on time. So next is the speaker connector. It has to be that way, so we use the small wires, not very small, just average, and they will help to make the connector get connected to the board. So using scissors you cut them, then we join. First one, second one, and all of them are there. So use some solder to prepare the speaker connector. You have to apply small solder so that the wires can get attached there. So that is the left positive, and that is the left negative, and that is the right negative, and that is the right positive. Yeah, they are all soldered there. This amp uses 2 speakers. Yeah, they are there. It's just a stereo left and right. There is no bass, no 2.1, no 3.1. It is just left and right stereo. So for the display or for the Bluetooth module, you need to get power for it. And if you look at the board, let me zoom. You can see the board is giving out 5 volts and ground, but our display requires 12. You can see there is 7805 regulator. So if you give it 5, it will continue shutting down, telling you power off, low battery. So you have to give it 12. You have to find a way to get 12 volts for the display. You have to know the red one is the positive. So because this thing is going to use 12 volts, we can get it from directly from this pin, the input, where we put in the jack from the power supply or the battery. So there it is, but I decided to pick it next after it has crossed the diode. So that sometimes it may not be 12, it may be 12.1, but when it crosses the diode, it becomes 11.48. You can see there. Remember, diodes have it is turning on. You can see it, so it is working. Diodes normally have a voltage drop of 0.7. Yeah. So next we find the speaker, not the speaker, but the signal input to the board from the display. So, and there they are, the left audio ground and the right. You can see them there. So they are just the 3. So we solder down the left, the audio ground, and then the left, and then the wires, I connect them with the, is it the masking tape, this white one? Yeah, to make sure they are long. So there they are. Now next we connect the line in. The line in is like when you want to use a TV. So this was the cable that was there connecting to the original display. But it is very short, so I have to extend it and come to solder it here, where there is this thing. It is always written there, line in, left, right, and ground. So I have to extend this one, make it large, long, not large. So I've connected it with the wires and the masking tape. So it is there. It is time to test. And today I only have one speaker that is a 30 watts nominal, but 4 ohms. So let's put it on the left channel. On. It is working.
Bluetooth mode. FM mode.
Let me test the right channel. The IC is getting hot, so I want to take more time trying to test.
Line in mode. Bluetooth mode.
So let me use this heatsink paste, thermal paste. It's called thermal paste. Yeah, the IC was beginning to get hot, so let me use this paste and then put the heatsink back where it should be. Remember, if you play for long without that heatsink, the IC will get very hot and get damaged. So let us put that back together to the housing. That's the glue gun to put the speaker connector back. And these are the wires. Yeah, they are protruding from where the area was, the antenna. So the display is very big, almost the same size as the amplifier. So I'll have to put it here. This was a case for a 12 volts adapter. So I'll stick it there. I've already cut it, and also stick the module there, because now where else can I put it? The amplifier is so small. So that's the glue gun, very hot. Put some glue, stick it there, and there are the wires. Here use the sellotape for the cartons. I don't know what it's called, it's a big one. So there it is. This is the antenna, FM antenna. Let's do some testing.
Bluetooth mode. FM mode. Line in mode.
This is the line in that I was connecting for the jack.
Bluetooth mode.
You can also use the remote if you want. It is there. So let's put some USB. It's just the same song. I did not find more time to get royalty-free songs.
USB driver mode.
So the amplifier is working. Let me unplug the cables. I don't know if the owner is going to like it, the way we have put the display module on top. So now it cannot fit on the polythene that it came in, so I'll use this bigger one here. I don't know if the owner is going to like it, but the point is it came to the shop when it was not working, and it is leaving the shop when it is working. So we have done a good job. So this is the sellotape, and thank you for watching the video. Subscribe for more content.